The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones video. Alright, my friends, in this video, I have some very interesting information that I want to share with you. The first thing I want to say is, if this information is indeed accurate, Game of Thrones would have had a very different ending if the show's writers would have followed through with this. As you all know, Game of Thrones had arguably one of the most divisive endings in all of television history. The final season of Game of Thrones gave us several different major events that shocked millions of fans around the world. One of those major events was when Arya Stark single-handedly defeated the Night King with her Valyrian steel dagger in Winterfell's God's Wood. Well, according to someone who once worked on the show with Maisie Williams, they said that moment should have never happened at all because Arya Stark should have died in Season 7. On the most recent episode of Dax Shepard's show, The Armchair Expert, Ed Sheeran revealed that Season 7 of Game of Thrones should have been the last season for our beloved Arya Stark. Now, according to Ed Sheeran, the main reason why he was brought onto the show for his one and only scene was because it was meant to be a farewell gift for Maisie Williams. Season 7 was initially going to be her final season on the show. It sounds as if the Game of Thrones writers, Dan and Dave, were going to get rid of Arya before the final season. Let me show you what he said so you can hear it for yourself.
Here's my question.
Wait, we never figured out why. It was a surprise. She was obsessed with you?
No, well, not obsessed as Maisie had come to shows.
Okay.
So I'd met her. She came in Dublin, I think because they were filming in Belfast. So I'd met Maisie probably when she was like 12, maybe 13. She's always been awesome. And I don't think they'd written the ending yet, or it was meant to be like her last season, but it wasn't. And they said as a surprise for her, because it was her last season, they would get me on. So she was meant to turn up on set and I was by the fire, and she was meant to know her lines and everything, get down and be like, hang on.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, but it was
that.
great. It was great.
Now, I think this is fascinating information because of the effect it could have had on the ending of Game of Thrones. If Arya Stark would have died in Season 7, then that obviously means she would not have been around to defeat the Night King herself. That makes me wonder, if David and Dan did get rid of Arya earlier, who would have stopped the Night King during the Long Night Battle in Winterfell? For those of you who don't know, the show's writers have went on record and said that they did not like the idea of Jon Snow killing the Night King.
Hopefully you forget about the fact that Arya Stark ran out of that castle with the battle drums playing and going towards some purpose, and we don't know what until it happens.
We hope to kind of avoid the expected, and Jon Snow has always been the hero, the one who's been the savior, but it just didn't seem right to us for this moment. We knew it had to be Valyrian steel.
Now, if it wasn't Arya, or even Jon, then who would have delivered that fatal blow? This also makes me wonder, if Arya Stark would have in fact died in Season 7, how would they have done it? If you remember at the beginning of Season 7, we see Arya Stark wiping out most of House Frey before she makes her way up to Winterfell, where she would spend the rest of the season. I do wonder where and how she would have died. Do any of you think she would have died somewhere around the scene where she reunited with her direwolf Nymeria? Maybe she could have died immediately after leaving House Frey, or shortly after seeing Nymeria again. Or would she have died in Winterfell, when Littlefinger was setting her up to go against her sister Sansa? Maybe they would have had Lady Brienne kill Arya in order to save her from killing Sansa. Or maybe they would have sent Arya somewhere else. Now, if you remember, she was on her way to crossing Cersei's name off her list before she found out Jon and Sansa had retaken Winterfell from the Boltons. She only went home because the Starks had retaken Winterfell again, but if it wasn't for that, she would have went right to King's Landing instead.
I thought you'd be heading for Winterfell.
Why would I go there? The Boltons have it.
No, the Boltons are dead.
What?
Jon Snow came down from Castle Black with a Wilding army and won the Battle of the Bastards. He's king of the North now.
Maybe Dan and Dave had another idea in mind. Maybe they would have had her go to King's Landing for Cersei, but somehow she could have died before she made it out of that city. Honestly, who really knows, but it is interesting to know that Arya was initially set up to die in Season 7. As you all know, this certainly would have affected the way the show ended. We never would have seen her and Gendry take their relationship one step further, although I am sure some fans would have liked that more.
We're probably going to die soon. I ought to know what it's like before that happens.
We also would have never seen her reunite with Jon, the Hound, Melisandre, or any of the other amazing characters she met along the way. We obviously would not have seen her defeat the Night King, and we also would not have seen her set sail for what lied west of Westeros either. Let me know what all of you think about this new information. Do any of you think this means that Arya will now die in the books? This might have been something else George R. R. Martin gave them, only they decided to go in another direction for whatever reason. This certainly opens up a lot of different options. Also, do any of you think Ed Sheeran misunderstood why he was actually there? Or do you think Arya was really meant to die in Season 7? And if so, how do you think Arya would have died? And who do you think would have been the one to kill the Night King? My money is still on Jon Snow, although Dan and Dave had said they did not want Jon fighting the Night King. Leave me some of your thoughts down below. I want to know what all of you have to say about this one. As always, I want to thank everyone for stopping by and watching the video. I hope you have a great day. I will see you again very soon. Bye.